happy almost fucking birthday. Maybe you're seeing this during your birthday season. Let's talk about this sex and relationship tarot read. Cover photos, sexual self-expression. Whoa, you're coming out. You want the world to know, got to let it show. Okay, so like you're meant to like express yourself. Maybe you're listening to music, dancing, and also like this is all about Jupiter in the first house, you expressing your expression, your sexuality, your gender, just loving on yourself in this type of energy. So I love this. You might have Jupiter in the first house. Jupiter is in Cancer right now, so during your birthday season, I feel like you're gonna get a lot of wishes, blessings, things of that sort. You could also have Sagittarius in your chart. This could be a Sagittarius as well. But this is also like exploring yourself here specifically through your body, through your gender, through your expression, through your clothing. And this is like fully embodying your desires sexually, relationally, with others who you are intimately, and showing off your confidence. So I love that this is showing up for you. Just watch out when you pull this type of energy. It is a tendency to overindulge. Jupiter likes to expand, and this card is the body and our physical appearance. So careful of like too many birthday cookies or something like that, or worrying about that stuff, okay? You also got a secret lover. Woo! And they definitely got, double confirmations of these energies. They got a high sexual, you know what, baby, desire, passion, different words, starts with an L. But this is someone that might come towards you. They could have Venus in the 12th house. You could have Venus in the 12th house. But out of the asteroids deck, it was so interesting. You pulled Priapus, so I apologize if I mispronounced that. And virility is on this card, meaning this person can go the distance. They can last a long time. They got you, okay? But this also talks about kind of like that 12th house energy of being very turned on. There could be some sexual fetishes or maybe dark fantasies or just irresistible urges. Some of you could be getting pregnant, so congratulations. But this person is definitely very physically alluring, or you are too, because Libra placements typically are, being that they are ruled by Venus. Pay attention to pink orbs or the color red during this time. Pink and orb could be pink and orb, nice. Pink and orbs are red could be very significant or prominent to you, but that could really mean, sexuality, passion, love, romance, gentleness too coming in for you, which I like. You could have this predominant asteroid here too in your chart. You don't have to. But out of the Astro Sex 1 deck, it was very interesting. You got Lilith in the reverse and semi-square in the reverse and opposition in the reverse. Nice. So there could be some things that were kind of rougher maybe here a little bit. Rough around the edges is what I'm hearing. Where there could have been some sort of like sexual or relational issues previously that you kind of dealt with. Like kind of little tips for those of you that are in relationships. For those of you that are single, this is like you didn't know how to express yourself, and maybe you relationally or sexually or other people are telling you like, why don't you have a boyfriend yet? Why don't you have a girlfriend yet? Why aren't you dating? Why aren't you this? Why aren't you that? It's like, shut the up, And I feel like that's the energy. And you almost allowed yourself to release this dark feminine rage here, but people twist dark feminine rage overall, and they really chastise like the feminine energy. I don't know, maybe you're into chastity, maybe this person's into chastity, whatever. But this is something where with they wanted to make you paint it out as if you were releasing dark feminine rage or energy, kind of like Lilith, but it's not actually rage here. It's just like, you're like, no, I don't want to date that person, or maybe I don't really care to date certain people, or maybe right now this is not what I want during this time here, and you really are releasing any fears or shadows when it comes to sex. But I feel like you've dealt with a lot of projection with people onto you, but you got Six of Pleasures. You literally are telling people you want a relationship where it's Six of Pleasures, Six of Pentacles. It's giving and receiving. It's energy exchange. It's not a one-way street here, okay? I heard you don't want any dusties, okay? Sexually and relationally balanced lovers could be coming in, equality, kind, generous, and will materially support you here overall. You could be receiving, this is obvious too, it's your birthday season, a gift or some money here overall. Ooh, King of Pleasures. Capricorn pulled this card too, so cardinal signs are looking good, boo. But they are committed to you. They could be older than you, and they could have a lot of money here. Knight of Seductions. This person may ask you out on a date. Oh my God, what did I I just say about cardinal signs are getting it? Chariot card energy. This could be a Cancer here as well. Take what resonates with you, but this is like a very successful connection here. This could also be two separate energies here. Maybe you're the younger person, Knight of Seductions, because that is Libra energy, but this person is very ambitious about you. They like to travel. They want to be present with you. It's like a balance of sexually being and doing here. And there could be something about like a nice getaway or vacation in the future. So Libras, I love that for you. Congratulations. Let's shuffle this out live on camera. We're using my Astro Sex 1, 2, and 3 decks here, completely mine and my Shamelessly Sexy Tarot. If you're new, make sure to like this video, claim these energies in the comments below, because if you want this, that's how you literally manifest it, okay? And make sure to hype this video, help the channel grow, completely free to you. Consider becoming a member too, because my members get my video content sooner versus later, and they get some bonuses here too. So Libras, let's shuffle this out. If you're interested in Astro Sex 1 and 2, the world's first ever how to heal and learn about your sexuality, gender, pleasures, turn-ons, and turn-offs, because you have secret turn-ons coming here, maybe you don't know them, then definitely come and work with me in 2026. We have 8 spots for a massive discount. You get all 3 of these Astro Sex decks as a bonus, 14 coaching and consulting calls, 2 courses, and then Astro Sex 2, you also learn how to do these astrology birth chart reads for others to help people understand their sexuality, their genders, their love life, their intimacy, their pleasure. So be it you are a sex therapist, formerly like me, or an astrologer, and you want to niche in this area, or you just want to help people heal, this is a mastery program here, and you're going to get so good at it. So feel free to reach out to me, stayshameless.com/astrosex. That will be starting in 2026. Would love to have you, okay? Okay. Cool. Very interesting. So you have this energy. We're talking about balance a lot in your read, and you are the Justice card, Libra, right? Like the scales being balanced, all these things, and you being ruled by Venus, that really is like pleasure, that's enjoyment, that's fun, that's love, that's money. And I feel like there's something about this specifically where you're kind of going to need to balance your relationships with others, but then also like your sexual relationship with yourself, because you got transformational intimacy, which is 8th house energy, Jupiter in the 8th, and then you have self-discovery, which is Jupiter in the 7th. So Spirit's kind of asking right now, with Jupiter in the 7th, you could have tons of people, you know, phone calls, text messages, emails, wanting to take you out on dates, wanting to date you, hook up with you, with this 8th house energy here as well sexually. And the shadow of the 7th house, Libras, is and your energy, you rule the 7th house, is to not people please. So just because you can doesn't mean you should, is what I'm picking up psychically on these readings. Again, this could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, Cancer energy overall that is showing up for you. This is something where you need to focus in on more giving emotionally and having that balance in relationships and talk about your feelings. Some of you might need to really discuss any shame or fears from the past when it comes to intimacy, and remember that being vulnerable is very important in relationships, and there's an abundance of shared experiences across everybody out there, you know, be it emotional, physical, sexual. Just be mindful of not being overly reliant on other people here, or codependent in relationships or relying on emotional validation, but you want partners that just kind of get you, understand you, these relationships. And yeah, you have Mercury overall. You could have Mercury in your 6th house here, Virgo energy, but this is like progressive talks, not perfectionism, okay? We have the South Node in Virgo, which is asking us to literally shed criticism of partners or relationships or friendships or perfectionism that we project onto other people that we want to be able to have. And so when you're having these different types of emotionally intimate talks with people in relationships or sexual talks or people you're dating or anything, when it comes to just how you feel deep down inside, I feel like that's going to give you and fuel you, yes, Spirit, like more nourishment in your soul overall. So be mindful of that in order to just prove self-pleasure here, and that does not mean sex, okay? Let's get one card for the asteroids, please. What do Libras need to know? Palace! Interesting. This is typically like Sagittarius energy, I'm pretty sure. Palace is a wise one in a birth chart here overall. Palace is like the sexual investigator, likes to know kind of like, well, what do you like? What do you like? What do you like? Turning you on, turning on other people. But this could also, again, turn-ons. There could also be talking about things intellectually, intellectual intimacy. Could be a turn-on for some of you. This is also kind of understanding and unraveling other people's hidden kinks here. I feel like I'm talking to an 8th houser, whoever the heck you are, or even a 12th houser here, okay? Palace energy. But this is also, or even 7th house, like you get off on this, okay? An interrogation kink here, but you're really trying to understand turn-ons from others, and it's almost like you get that information from people without them having to really like say too much, or you don't really have to say too much or ask too much from this. So you're kind of exploring like your connections and kind of feeling out the vibe of like, what do they like? What are their turn-ons here? Okay. You could have Capricorn in your chart here. This says, I have the strength to keep working on my sexual goals, and this is paying off overall. Card number 52. You could be 52. Cancer energy. Interesting how I mentioned the cardinal energy here. So those could be significant signs, placements in your charts, houses, or your transit chart of like what's going on with that too. So, or these people in your life, but Spirit does want you to really focus in on your goals when it comes to sex, intimacy, pleasure. Tell me about this transformational intimacy. It might be like a secret hidden affair. Ooh, Nine of Cups. No, it's not. You're going to be celebrating, out and about, dancing. This is like a sexual wish fulfillment or like a really good date night for some of you, single, together. Yeah, Page of Seductions here. This could be air sign on air sign energy. This is also like getting an invite to go out dancing, go out for drinks, go out for coffee, go out for lunch, go out for dinner here. It's very, very cute. This person is charming. Okay. Yeah. Like Shrek, Mrs. Fiona Charming. Okay. Maybe you're finding you're like Prince Charming or Princess Charming. I don't know. But there's something about like they're really cute. They also really like intellectual intimacy. They like your brain. They like your mind. Two of you may be talking about like books here as well. But it's almost like this very nice flow and ease of conversation. It's really cute. It's like you kind of knew this person already. Like, you know, when you have those connections and you're like, okay, I don't know how this is going to go in any relationship, even friendships or whatever. This could also be like an invite to go out with your friends and you meet someone out and you get their number and then they ask you to go on a date later, right? But you're like, how's this going to go? Is it going to be awkward? Are we actually going to like vibe? Am I going to have to give too much to this conversation here? And I don't see that happening. I see it being really good. Okay. This could be with a Capricorn here overall specifically as well. Careful of going out, hitting it and quitting it with the Devil card in the upright. That could be this secretive sex or hookup that I was kind of picking up on. For others of you, this is just connecting with a Capricorn here, but be careful again of not like sober sex or sober relationships and then like false promises here. Yeah, 4 of Cups in the reverse. It's like Chandler Bing and Friends when he's like, okay, this is great, I'll call you again sometime, and like ghosts Joanna. It's really sad, and it's like this person really isn't like interested in having a relationship with you or reconnecting with you or vice versa. So don't do that. Be nice, okay? 10 of Seductions in the reverse. If this is you or the other person, remain well balanced and grounded. Sagittarius energy here, okay? So this could also just be a really good one-night stand here. Tell me about emotional balance here. This is giving and receiving in your relationships. This is having people who have EQ to hold space for you too. You had a lot pop out here. Okay. Libras, you've had some people in your energy here who are very low self-esteem, and this came from either their family of origin, they've had this pattern for at least 10 years of their life, or like this is like an ex-lover, partner, whatever, and I feel like you don't want to pick up the pieces anymore from this. You don't want to be, you know, a parent in these situations. You want to be a partner specifically. And this person around you, it's like you've been in relationships where they're very insecure. They come to you, you might feel disconnected from them then sexually, pleasurably, or intimately. And it's almost like some of you might be going through a divorce situation, or there's just some sort of disconnect for those of you in relationships, or you've been through a divorce in the past and that really hurt you, or a really bad breakup, and it kind of took a hit to your self-esteem. but you're showing up in your power and things will be turning around here. I do see that. But King of Cups in the reverse here, I feel like there was some sort of potentially like child custody battle that could have been difficult, moving out, separating stuff, trying to see when you see kids, they see kids here. But it's almost like the person that you were with, if this was baby mama, baby daddy, this is the person that did not have the keys to success. They weren't emotionally balanced. They didn't have EQ. They're impatient, and they could have also been very abusive while you showed up regulated, balanced, chilled, relaxed. And it's almost like you don't want to call in people's chaos is what I'm really seeing with this. Where's this go? Yeah, again, this could have been a lover, an ex in the reverse here, but you do have the strength to move forward into brand new beginnings. Leo energy, Ace of Pleasures here. There will be brand new opportunities, but some of you may also be celibate, asexual. I'm also hearing here, demisexual. And this could also been a person, a past ex or lover that like did something without your consent and it hurt you here. Maybe even Aquarius energy, taped you, photos, whatever, or they didn't even emotionally consider the things that they did and how it would make you feel. They didn't consider your feelings. Okay. Self-discovery. Maybe you're focusing on just like self-love. Maybe you're like going on vacation by yourself, retreats by yourself, or just doing things like at home by yourself here. One flipped over. Hold on. What is that? And really just pouring into your cup here. Yeah, 8 of ecstasy here. You're moving on. You're moving forward into a new timeline specifically. You're having the confidence to really walk away from bad connections that are not good for you, sexual and relational. And it's also like you want to be in friendships and relationships that are happy to support you, that do love you, that do show up for you too. And you're discovering this about yourself. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Like, hey, let's go on a coffee date, right? Friendship, romantic, platonic, but these opportunities, you have better choices here. And for some of you, this is like a new partnership or a divine connection coming in. It's very cute. This is similar to Cancer's energy here. Okay, but 9 of Pleasures in the reverse. There could be some sort of thing that it's like something's missing sexually. I'm hearing this is more of a platonic connection and not necessarily a sexual connection. Like, great person, like great emotional skills, great EQ, great connection, but that sexual attraction may not be there specifically, or there's something underneath it that you might be masking or this person might be masking, and it could be some sort of, again, turn on kink fetish here. Magician, but it will be talked about, okay? You may have been learning about your sexuality through like a group of friends or people or whatever, and I feel like that's going to make you feel happier, healthier, better, of just like, wow, I had no idea that this could be my sexuality, or wow, I had no idea that there were this many sex toys that could help me, or wow, I had no idea that these were the signs of bisexuality and I might be bisexual, or oh my gosh, I might be asexual, just whatever, right? And a lot of you might be talking to like supportive community and friendships about this. Yeah, Page of Pleasures here and 4 of Desires. This is something that if you want a marriage or a long-term, I'm also hearing long-distance relationship for some of you, like it will be successful. So there's some sort of possibilities here, but it's also like you're potentially scared as well to have a connection, because then you have to be vulnerable. And the Magician card is Gemini Mercury, which is your overall energy here with the your community friendships here, okay? Literally hone in on your support systems during this time here. But this is like you might have to actually manifest and put yourself out there if you do want a lover, if you do want a partner, if you do want friendships, if you do want sexual hookups or connections here. And it's like you may almost be holding yourself back. Maybe you've gone on like the first date and then it's almost like, I'm kind of scared because maybe I actually like this person, or for others of you, there is no spark here as well. There's a couple different energies, but you might be scared to actually put yourself out there because then you might actually feel something, and that might be scary for some of you. Tell me about Palace. Okay. You got 5 of Pleasures, which is typically 5 of Pentacles. And this, when it comes to sex, tarot, energy reads, and relationships, it's kind of like feeling like You may not see it, but someone might be using you and your good personality for date nights or as a wedding date or always a bridesmaid, never a bride, like that kind of energy, because you are reliable. But Spirit saying something needs to change about this. Like, time is of the essence and is almost like ticking. And this might also be like the hidden thing that here that maybe you didn't realize that someone might be using you. Ace of Desires in the reverse. Yeah, triangulation to like do things, go see their friends, and then sleep with you or whatever. Four seductions in the upright, or just go to like their things. Meanwhile, they wouldn't actually even like take you out on a date here. So that's pretty sad. So Libras, take what resonates with you. This read is all over the place, but remember, work on your sexual goals, and make sure that, yeah, 7 is seduction. Someone's using you. Someone's being sneaky link here. Overall, I don't like this energy. Tower moment, I'm telling you, it blows up in their face here. Could be an Aries. This is also something that you could be just like transforming in your relationships and your sexuality here, and Spirit's going to support you. King of Seductions, about learning, studying, and growing on this path here overall, thinking about your satisfaction and partners in the future, and doing this work on yourself here specifically, to not let these patterns continue. Yeah, to not be submissive anymore, to not surrender here. Especially with Persephone. I don't know if you know, but she's literally Pluto's, she got kidnapped by Pluto, okay? And so it's kind of like where we can be submissive to other people in relationships and sometimes come off as like victim mentality. So just be careful with that. And Hades, okay, dark energy here, deepest sexual kinks in the psyche, but this might also be, you might have a pain kink or BDSM kink, master dynamics here, overall, different things with transformative energies. And I didn't come up with those words here. That's the community, so Jupiter, a lot of expansive energy. It's like you have a lot of abundance and generosity in relationships as well as sexual optimism. So don't give up that optimism. I feel like is a big energy. Yeah. And don't allow any dark shadows or past experiences to influence the present. I don't see you doing that, Libras, but Spirit's saying like move forward and apply these past lessons that you've received that changed you for better, for worse, right? Always for better, I think, to move forward without them, right? And explore this emotional exploration. Some of you might be thinking about focusing on emotional growth and opening up about your feelings with partners, and this could also be sex tied to spiritual freedom. Can feel like it's enough for you. Emotional sensitivity. Wow, Libras. There may be something that happens during your birthday season. Moon in the 12th house. Emotional patterns where you are hidden. You might suppress, repress, or surrender your feelings to appease others. Be intimate with your past wounds and heal them. What did I just say? Okay. If you want to be able to come work with me in Astro Sex, learn about these things here that could help you, you know, in 2026 overall, and you want to do these readings for people, yeah, you could have experienced emotional manipulation, and maybe that shows up in your birth chart with those indicators. And definitely go to stayshameless.com/astrosex, and we can kind of figure out what's going on and how this could best help you moving forward in a supportive community too for whoever needs to hear that. Libras, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Only take what resonates with you. Check the other placements in your chart too, boo. We do holistic tarot. We do holistic astrology. I say look at all the different planets in your birth chart here because that is the shit, eh, baby? Okay, Libras, I love you. Happy birthday, boos. Let me know what you're doing to celebrate your birthdays. I'm excited for you in this season. And make sure you heal yourself, you explore your feelings, and you seek pleasure from within too. Okay? I love you. Stay tuned for more. Stay shameless.